So I got on a bicycle. I had to do 120 kilometers up a mountain. So that was crazy. And I borrowed a month before the race, or 2 months before the race. I went to Safi and said, "Don't you have a kayak for me to borrow?" So I had no experience in it. So I had to learn to sit on the K1 kayak.
Jeez, and
that
this
was
is now Wartrail.
yeah, that was serious stuff.
Hi guys, and welcome back. This is episode 3 on Fit Father, and today I have Corrie Breydenbach with me. Corrie, welcome. So a lot of guys, Corrie's he's actually quite well known in the area. So Corrie started Aktief, and he arranges a lot of the obstacle course races and mountain bikes and running,
Trail running.
trail running, and so on in Bloemfontein. Corrie, so thank you so much for taking the time and coming to share your story with
pleasure.
us. Corrie, so tell me, I think we should go back a bit. When and how and why did you start Aktief? What happened?
Why Aktief? And I've always been very active. I mean, all through my life. I mean, I've been a little bit going to the gym. I always like to walk outside and stay outside and just be around fit people, but not actively involved in physical sport that much. I was a sailboat racer or yacht racer on Corrie Dam, and there's a
Wow.
big club there, and I used to do that, and that was fun. I loved the competition, and now COVID happened, and for everybody, and in just before COVID, I started getting involved in running, because I mean I'm a single dad. For about 8 years, I lived alone with my kids, my 3 boys, and I mean I just had to do something. So I need to keep myself fit, and I need to cope with life. So I had to get going. So I started running a bit, and the 5K was tough, and the 5K became 8, and the 8 became a 10, and
Yeah.
and then I started playing in the mud and did some obstacle racing, and yes, I just loved it. And over COVID period, I unfortunately lost a boat. I had to sell it, and then and I just kept on training, and I saw at the end of the COVID period, all of a sudden everybody was an athlete, and everybody was walking and running, and the people didn't have anything to do because everybody was too scared to start organizing events. And I said, oh well, stuff this, I'll
Sure.
do it. So
Awesome.
then I started, and I thought be active is the thing. But everybody is be active. So I'm Afrikaans, and Bloemfontein is Afrikaans community. So let's do Aktief. And then I started doing Aktief, and I said,
That's awesome.
this is what we need to
Yeah,
do.
so
People need it.
Of course, yeah. So you actually started out with, to just to kind of keep yourself fit and keep yourself going, and
Yeah.
and that's where it started, and it turned into a more of a passion.
Well, in a lifestyle, it's a life. It's
Yes.
not just a passion. It's a life. You need to be healthy. I mean, I want to live long. I mean, I want to look after yourself, eat clean, look after your kids. I want to be there for my kids all the way, and that's the main thing. So I needed to do something to keep active, and I know a lot of people need it, and a lot of people need motivation. So not everybody can motivate himself. So Aktief started, and I said, okay, let's do it. Let's get the people out of the house.
Wow.
Let's lift them off the couches. And I started loving it. So I love doing the events. It kills me sometimes, but I love doing it.
So tell me, Corrie, when you started out, what was the first event? How did you do it?
Oh.
Like, where did you stop?
It was such a mess. I did it here in Langroven Park in the Bos. In the Bos just started, and I spoke to Dougie, and we were
Okay.
friends. We tried the event company before, and we didn't work out exactly. And I spoke to him, and I said, yeah, I want to launch it there. It's good advertising for him, good advertising for me. And I just did the event, and I did a course. I laid out a course, 2 separate routes, and I started advertising. And he bought the first event in end of 2020.
Yo.
And what a turnout. There was like 180 people pitched up.
Yes.
Completely didn't expect it. And then,
Wow.
my understanding of trails was I'm an experienced runner, so I know how to check a trail, but I didn't cater for the
108.
novices. So the
Okay.
cameraman went and sit on the wrong side of the road, and everybody ran in their own ways. I went on the track and I said, "Where are you going?" "No, we're following that guy. And this guy is following that guy." I said, "Oh, whatever, just run."
Okay, just run.
Just run. Everybody
just
ran.
complete the
Yeah,
distance.
it was awesome. Yeah, but it was nice. Yeah, the people
a
came
best-
out. Some people was cross. Other people loved it, and
Yeah.
and that's why I started. And I said, "Yes, this is nice, man."
That's awesome, man. And that was actually, it's a very good time to, it was like a good time to start it because, I mean, everyone was in lockdown and you had to run up and down your flipping garage for
Yes,
training. And
exactly.
so I think that's that's an awesome way to start it. Corey, you mentioned that, and we don't have to go into a lot of depth, but you mentioned that you're a single dad. How long have you been a single dad? And your kids, what ages are they? And also, do they join you in any of this?
No, not that much. I mean, they love the outdoors as well. They're not as competitive. I think I'm doing enough for all three of them. So the kids currently, the one is ending his primary school now, grade 7. Other one is in matric, and the oldest one is 21 years old now. Is still looking for jobs in between. So yeah, I've been with them. We got divorced when my smallest one was 4 years old. So the 3 boys came lived with me.
Okay.
And then so for 8 years I was alone. Now I've got a girlfriend. I mean, besides the point. But so I was alone with them and I loved it.
Single
I had
dad.
to single dad. I had to do the ironing, the food, the everything.
at
Drop off school.
pick up.
I did for many years. I went to 3 schools every morning. I mean, Chokkies, Figar Park, Centraal. I mean, I was just busy.
Well done, man.
Yeah, and then I had to keep up with this and also keep up with look after myself. So I had to train. I mean, I have to fit that into the plan. And yeah,
Is that more or less when the training started? When you started doing a lot of other...
more because I was sailing, and then I just felt I needed to do something more because you need to cope with all this tension and pressure and everything. And I love to go to the gym in the morning. But then I just joined someone one day with running. After 3Ks, I almost died. And I just did more and more because you have to do more affordable things and something that you can fit into your program and get maximum result in minimum time.
Yeah.
So now to run, I mean, you can serious. So
That's
so
awesome.
it's 5 o'clock in the morning. You get up. For 4:30 actually. Still this morning I was 4:30. I was up.
Yeah.
And then we went for a run. Just before 6, you're back, just in time to
Nice.
wake up the kids,
Yeah.
kick them out of bed,
At
get them ready for school.
Yeah, that's cool. And they're old enough to be able to, like,
Yeah,
they can look
be on their own for a bit.
Yeah, they'll cope. Oh, that's awesome. So I think a lot of people underestimate the effect that physical training has on your mental, like where you're on your head.
Yes.
And it's such an important thing. Sometimes I wish I can just take it and kind of shove it down someone's throat and say, listen, get up, get out.
Yeah, that's it.
Just
That's
go and run. Can you share some stories? You told us about the first one, 180 people pitching up, and there was absolute chaos. Any other big memorable events? I know that the OCR, and that's also you.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
and that's
obstacle racing. Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. That's big. That's
Yes.
huge.
Yeah, it's a big sport. Not that big in Bloemfontein, but it's a big sport worldwide. I started off with the first one here in Bloem. To try it. I said, yes, this is awesome. I love the obstacles. I like the challenges. Because like in life, I mean, you're faced with a lot of challenges and you learn how to overcome it. And then so I did the first obstacle course. I said, yes, no, I need more of this. And I went to the second biggest one around the area in Virginia, and that wasn't enough. And I went for a warrior race. And 2 years later, we went to England, 2018 and 2019, for the World Championship. So we were competed there, and it was just I just loved it. And then I saw the opportunity in Bloemfontein. We had the obstacle course. And they were not able to host the events, and they said, "Yeah, I'll just take it over and just show the people. Let's do it."
That's amazing. It's there's so many similarities between one of the other podcasts, or the previous podcast that I had, also with events that were going, and then we're kind of just fell into the lap,
Yeah.
into your lap and just take over and
Just
you
take
go with
over
it.
and just
Do you
it.
know Hanneke?
Ja, Anneke Denhouse.
Ja.
Ja, no, very well.
Hanneke, jy's 'n eyster. As jy dalk
Ja,
nie
ja,
check,
ja,
is nie,
nee.
dis mal.
No, she was the queen of OCR for many,
Nee?
many years. Ach, and just the races changed a bit and
Yeah.
the dates and the stuff, and she couldn't fit it into her schedule anymore. But yeah, she's a
Ja,
machine.
I
No,
think
she's
she's a mother now.
yeah, twins.
Huh?
Yeah.
Just omdat jy, it's because you were so busy. You had 2 kids.
Yeah.
Anyway, oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
What do you think? So beyond the physical aspect of the stuff and the physical training, how does that, do you think, relate or fit into your normal life? So when it comes to discipline and being able to action things and do things and finish things and actually decide to like start doing something, how do you think the training, how does it roll over into like your work and your children and your family?
If you start, I mean, you have to start some kind of a commitment. So immediately getting up 4:30 in the morning, that's your first challenge. And just if that alarm goes up, you sit up like the Undertaker and get out of bed and do your stuff. So that is already the first.
Yeah.
If you can do the first thing, make your bed, get up. Just I mean that's the first challenges of the day. And if you're able to do that, get into the routine. Discipline yourself to go out and go run or go gym or go walk the dog or everything. Then the next challenges in life is not that difficult. I mean, you grow in your sport, you do more difficult runs, you do difficult obstacles. Same as in life. So you roll over into your daily working capacity, and then you're faced with a small obstacle and say, "Oh man, yes, I did much worse than this. This is nothing."
Exactly.
So get over it. And just a commitment and determination to get up in the morning, and you're faced with a task in your life, you just go for it, just do it.
Yeah.
It's nothing, man, just do it. So it teaches you to attack. And do
you're more on the offense than the defense. And I remember when you went into COVID, you actually went to a better place.
Yes, absolutely.
Which is awesome. And in my life, I was going to a bad place.
Okay.
The business was going down.
No,
and just everything was. It felt like everything was crumbling. And I remember when I was. Luckily, the training background was there, and I knew the impact and the effect that it has on a person's, on your personal life, on your mind, the way you think, the way you process things, and how you handle things. And I remember sending Richard a message. Listen, man, I'm in trouble. I spoke about this also on the one podcast. It was January 2021. So listen, man, I'm in trouble. I need to start training. I was in bad shape, bad. I mean, my wife was pregnant. We looked the same. There's
serious, yes, can imagine.
Bad. And he sent a message back January 2021. And he said, listen, I'll see you 5:00 Monday morning. Let's do this thing. And my next reply on WhatsApp was January 2022. It took me a year to reply.
Sure.
I lost an entire year. And then I had to start, you spoke about being able to get up at 4:30 in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And then that fight started, and waking up in the morning and the damn alarm going off, and then I'd type a message like this long excuse about why I'm not going to pitch up. And that was the first battle. And eventually that thing, you win that, and then you just get, and I got hooked.
Yes,
hard.
Absolutely.
And that took me to unbelievable places in my mind, and also with what's going on outside. The business and the stuff that was kind of going wrong or going down. All of a sudden, it was a bit easier to deal with those challenges, and the more we trained, and the community. That's the other thing that we obviously need to talk about is the community. And you've got a big community. I mean, you bringing. Let's take CrossFit boxes. Just CrossFit boxes as an example. You are bringing those guys, that whole community, like everybody's flooding to your events
Some
to
of
get-
them. I wish more of them,
Some of
but
them.
yes.
We're going to get them there.
Yeah, we're
We're
going to get them there.
We'll get
No,
them there.
we bring them out, and because a lot of people are training, but they need a reason to train. So I feel I give them a reason.
Yeah.
And it's not just financially, because it helps me a bit, but it is nice to have the people there. Last night we had a trail run, and afterwards everybody it wasn't a big one, like 5.5 kilometers or something, but yes, the people pitched up, they brought their dogs, and afterwards they had a beer, and they were standing there chatting. I thought, yes, can we go home now? And they
awesome.
just enjoyed it,
Community.
and that's the community, and that supported them. And we're cheering the last person coming down that aisle. With the first guy 23 minutes, the last guy 50 minutes. But we all there for each other.
Yeah.
We're cheering them on, and
Where was
the
this run?
community in Tempe.
Tempe.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're doing a spring trail run series now, so every week we're doing a different
Okay.
trail. So there's a lot of trails around Bloemfontein, and not everybody knows it.
Yeah.
So I do every week a different trail. So next week we'll do Brandkop, then we'll do in the Bos,
Excellent.
then we'll do Mooi Water. So all over town now. So
Oh,
that
that's
was
awesome.
quite nice.
That's awesome.
Get the people out.
And in these communities, and these, because I mean, I know for a fact that the community, the people you meet, they start to become like family. You'll obviously have your hardcore guys who they're always there, always the same guys. And would you say that's the same with Aktief and with the community that you're starting to build? I see a lot of faces on like your social media and stuff. A lot of guys.
Same guys.
Yeah, same guys. A lot of them.
You get your die-out followers, and then you get the ones that tries it out, and not everybody have the time to always do it. But I think once you get into the sport, and you don't realize you're becoming a figure that people look up to, because that wasn't the idea at all. A lot of people just, you inspire me, and you do this, and they just send me a message, say, how do I do this? How do I choose this shoe?
Wow.
Or what? And and I said, why you ask me? I mean, what do I know? But then I realized when you're actually inspiring people through what you do, and the way you live, and the way you conduct yourself, and the way you walk the walk, and talk the talk. Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. Can you remember any specific events? So you mentioned that you went to England. I'm guessing that was possibly pretty hardcore.
Yeah, no, that's obstacle course racing. We were at 60 countries competing.
Yes.
Yeah, that was tough.
So if you can recall any specific event, any specific where you really had to dig deep mentally.
Not that. That wasn't so bad. I think I hit a bit of a wall there in one of the races, or most of the races. So sometimes on races it's just tough. No, the tough thing is when we started doing more endurance, long distance stuff. Actually, one of Safi's races, the Wartrail.
Yes.
The first time.
So you've been there as
yeah,
well?
I done the Wartrail. So that's tough. So I wasn't. I think it was one of my first ultra distances, running like 58 kilometers, and then on the bicycle, I had my bicycle for a couple of months. So I got on a bicycle. I had to do 120 kilometers up a mountain. So that was crazy. And I borrowed a month before the race, or 2 months before the race. I went to Safi and said, "Don't you have a kayak for me to borrow?" So I had no experience in it. So I had to learn to sit on the K1 kayak.
Jeez, and
that
this is now Wartrail.
Yeah, that was serious stuff.
That's
That's the toughest thing, because I was halfway.
Yeah.
Yes, that was tough. No, and then you just have to go. You're stuck there in the middle of nowhere.
Exit here.
Yeah, especially on the rowing. You have to do it.
Yeah,
you just have to.
What's the distance on the rowing?
60 k's, yeah.
So it's 58 running 100?
Yeah, 58, 120 on a bicycle. That's about 240, and 60 rowing. Now, the rowing, you isolated, you're in a river between mountains. If you fall over, I fell over because I wasn't experienced at all, and I couldn't get back on the kayak. I was frozen. My teeth were clattering, and yes, just had to push through this.
Yes,
Say, listen, I have to get onto this thing. I'm going to get hypothermia if I don't start rowing. And I started rowing eventually when I got up on this thing, and I just rowed, and 8 hours later. So yeah, you just had to go. So that was tough.
And is this thing done in one day?
No, I did it over 3 days, luckily. You can do it non-stop. Hopefully that's the next target. Then you start and just go, and you have to sleep whenever you want to sleep. But yeah, no, that's...
Was the Wartrail... Was the Wartrail cancelled now?
This year, yeah. It was cancelled this year.
I remember.
So we decided to do our own little adventure race. Me and a couple of friends. So we had 2 teams. We started off with at Marshallsport. We'll do it next year as an official race probably.
Okay.
We started off with a 90k mountain bike.
I'm going to, sorry for interrupting, I'm going to take a shot in the dark here. One of the guys with you was a John Rick?
Yes,
not?
yes.
Okay,
yes,
I saw the
yes.
picture.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was serious. That was serious. So
Hectic.
we couldn't do the row at night.
Yeah.
It was the conditions wasn't safe, so we decided to skip the rows. We did 90k mountain bike. We immediately got onto the mountain. We started hiking the mountain. We exploring, orientating, finding checkpoints. It took us around. I mean, I know the mountain, and we took us about 8 hours. I think the other team did 14 hours on the mountain. And then we got back on the bicycle immediately, and another 90 k's cycling.
Yo.
Yeah, that was tough. And then, we got to the row before the conditions wasn't bad. And then next week we went to finish the row. And the row took us it was 35 k's, but it took us 10 hours or something. So it was also very tough. We had to carry the boats across the obstacles. It was crazy.
Hectic. I used to stay in Knysna, and I'd go to, if you drive from Knysna back to, what's that? Knysna, what's Buffalo? Yeah, Buffalo's
Bar.
Yeah, Buffalo's Bar. Yeah. So there's a little point you can launch and
beautiful waves there.
Yeah. It's beautiful. Yeah, and you can actually row into the forest and stuff.
Okay, that's.
And I used to go and do that stuff, and I just go so far that you eventually, there's nothing, and you have to pick up the boat, carry it over to the next point, and just keep on going. Beautiful.
You just have to. A row is a different sport. Yes, it's a very rewarding sport, but it's good for the mind because you just have to focus. Don't fall over. Don't die. No one can. You don't know if there's a place that someone can recover you along the sides. You don't know. You just have to go.
Yeah, and especially these challenges, the Wartrail and this that you guys went to do now. You don't have an option. You can't just bail. It's impossible.
You just have to go. Yeah.
You have to finish up. So Aktief and what you guys are doing caters for. So you've got a lot of different stuff.
Yes.
Going on.
No, I just do everything. Yeah.
And how do you think? So is there for all the different levels? So let's say. So I think I'm pretty fit. I'm not a very hard runner. But I can do it, and I can kind of do, all round. So I think I'll be okay. What about someone who maybe wants to get out of the house and just go and join, just go and do something?
No. We really try make it easy for everybody. So I learned in the beginning of trail running, not everybody is a runner. Not everybody knows how to follow a route. So we have to cater for them. On the obstacle course racing, we have to make it more achievable for people. So I don't like to kill people in an obstacle. And make it so difficult. I like to make it tough but achievable. So everybody must be able to do it. And then if they're not able to do it, then it's fine.
Yeah.
Skip it. Try something else. Try again. So it's not the end of the world. Like setting a schedule. You have to have a plan. I think that's something that we might talk about. Is how do you keep yourself motivated? I think you get a goal. Set yourself a long-term goal. A short-term goal might be getting up in the morning twice a week or 3 times a week, or doing 15 kilometers this week. That's short-term. Try to keep to that, and write it down. And check your plan every now and then. And if you see life happens, today I had a school function, and I couldn't do my run. Move it on to tomorrow. If you don't do it, it's all right. Do it next week.
Yeah.
But have a plan, and not specifically because I do races, but commit to a race, something a target or a goal that you have to achieve. You want to do your first half marathon. Enter into one, and then train for it, and then work on your plan all the time, and get the schedule going.
And that's the same with a lot of stuff in life.
Yes,
just
absolutely.
Get the
and
goal.
That's how you have to do it.
Yeah. Tell me, back to the obstacle course races, the actual obstacle courses in and around Bloem. Are these? Did you help set them up? Do they?
No, actually, a friend of mine was involved in setting it up. Dougie from Unibos, and he was very much involved in the planning of it. And and I was lucky to take it over. So now we just maintain it
I see.
and just adjust it. So I changed the routes and I changed the obstacle a little bit.
Yeah.
And just to make it, and add a lot of stuff. So we've got a fixed course that you can go play on anytime or whenever you want to.
Okay.
And then we put some new stuff at the end. So
Awesome.
then extra rigs, extra difficult. So, and then the fitness challenges is a new thing. So we started bringing in obstacle, like we had our first in-town obstacle race this weekend.
Was the urban
OCR.
Yes, I saw that.
Yeah, that was tough.
Is it?
Yeah, no, we had it at the boot camp. There is a course with a few obstacles.
Yeah.
And then I thought, yes, man, we were not able to do the big one out of town, and he said, let's do something else. So I've just thought of this concept. When we have got these obstacles, I wanted to make it easier, but at the end of the day, they did almost 70 obstacles. So the guy, the concept was like 5K, 5 kilometers race,
Yeah.
and
70.
every obstacle you do, every round you do like. I think the first one was 10 obstacles, but not too
I
difficult.
understand. Okay.
Next round you do 12. Next round you do 14. So we increase the obstacles and the difficulty of the obstacles as the time goes by. So they did
Where did you do this?
at the Ultimate Boot Camp.
Ultimate Boot Camp. Where is that?
There is in Rosenhof School in Vliegtuig Park.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was quite
so
nice.
you
We will
basically
do
did
that again.
a
Yeah.
lap, and then
And every lap I increase the obstacles.
and the lap is how
It's
long?
1 kilometer lap.
One
We
kilometer.
started off with a 400 meter,
Yes.
just to spread the field a bit, so we don't get bottlenecks. And then we started doing the laps and the obstacles. So that was quite fun.
Yeah,
So,
almost the same format than like Bloem
battlegrounds.
Battlegrounds.
Kind of. Yeah, I thought we'll only get the 500 meters, but worked it out. Said, okay, we've got a kilometer here, and I just used natural obstacles there and stuff that's there. And then no, it was tough. The guys,
awesome.
they felt it.
Take me through your day.
But even the starter, even the novices was able to do it. There was new people,
You see, that's
and
important.
they tried it. When we
Yeah.
encouraged them, say, try it, man. If you fall off, let's just try it.
Just
And
go
I just
again.
coach them how to fall off safely, so you don't hurt yourself.
Yeah.
And they just try it, and you can't imagine the achievement and the satisfaction on their
Of course.
faces when they just get the
Especially-
easiest thing done.
Especially for someone who's hesitant in
Yeah.
trying and going out and doing it.
Yes. Yeah.
Being able to go out and finish, and having guys the community supporting them to
Yes, yeah,
to
that's-
push through.
Yeah, and they pushed him. I mean, like in CrossFit, you saw. I always watch the CrossFit game.
Mm.
That last person get the biggest cheer of
Yeah.
everybody. Not even the winner.
That's it.
That's
it.
awesome. Yeah.
That's how it
Yeah.
works in the boxes. That's what you experience here as well. If you do something like that, if you want to, start CrossFit, there's like literally no. You don't have to be on any level.
No.
You go
Even
there.
the runners. I mean, you can walk. Start just do it. If you just pitch up, you're already better than a guy on the couch.
Exactly. And I think so many guys want to do it, but they just don't.
And they're scared of
Yeah,
where
they're
to
scared,
start.
and they think they won't be able to do it. A lot of guys have this excuse. They say, well, not excuse, but maybe it is an excuse. They say, first I want to get fit, then I'll go.
Yeah, and they said, I'll start running the first of. I say, why? Why wait? Just
Go.
do it. Just go. Just
Go
do
and do
now. Go now.
Definitely.
Stop taking the lift. Take the
Definitely.
stairs.
This is always a kind of a difficult question to answer, but what advice for the guy sitting on that couch, for the guy who's wondering and thinking about the stuff, maybe he or she thinks they can't do it, they won't be able to finish, they won't be able to. What advice do you have for
I'll
those
say
guys?
just make the call. If talk to someone that you see can a friend
Yeah.
or phone a friend. And I'll say, hey, let's go walk around.
Yeah.
Or get a pet. Get your little doggy and go walk around the block and just do that. And then if you see, don't just see, oh, I wish I can run like that. Enter the race. Go play with them. I mean, just even if you were the walker. I mean, we had a team last night walking like 50 minutes or something
Sure.
on this course, and they've that's fine.
They
There's
finished,
nothing wrong with that. So just do it.
That's awesome.
I think just get off. You must not stop procrastinating and just do anything.
Yeah,
do anything.
yeah. It's so easy to find
Yeah.
like 1,000 reasons not to do something.
No.
Yeah,
That's the
it's-
thing, and you must do it immediately. I mean, stop buying junk food. Stop taking the lift. I mean, walk where you can walk. And
Yeah. That's awesome. That's awesome. Corey, then you said there's a obstacle course where you can actually go and play around a bit.
yeah, to be human outside
Is it at Be
town,
Human?
Yes.
So how does that work? Do you just go there? Do
Yeah, you
book?
can just go there. It's open now. No, you don't have to book. The course is built there. Safety, the route is marked. I
Okay.
think it's still marked. Yeah, and all the obstacles. I think there's about 20 obstacles that's fixed, and that you can go through it.
Yeah. Was
Um,
Dougie involved with?
yeah, Dougie was
The building
involved in
and the
the
setup, okay.
setup of it. Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
So it's actually there. It's on Be
Because
Human's
he
grounds.
had a lot of. He's got a big military background, so
Excellent.
yeah, some of that comes
Yeah,
from
that's-
there, and
that's good.
the stuff is built very sturdy, very strong.
Is it?
So yeah, no, you can go play safely on it. Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah, and
No,
then
that's-
yeah, every now and then I do like a entry to OCR, take a few guys and take you through the course and show you how to do it, and okay, just for fun. And then next time you say, hey, now I know how to do
Yeah.
it. Let's go play with the big boys.
I saw
Yeah.
some of those distances were, like, I think the shortest or the smallest one was it 5 or 6?
5K, 6K,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah.
And then how many obstacles?
It was like 25 plus
Yeah.
minus, and that's a basic one. And then for the more elite guys, I'll do like a 10K or 12K, but then I'll bring some tough stuff in there. You might run with a 30K sandbag for a kilometer or something
Man.
for the tough guys, because they also need a challenge.
Yeah.
You cannot do.
Of course.
The basic stuff is a challenge for everybody,
Mm.
but the athletes, the elites also need us a bit of a challenge. So we have to
Exactly.
cater for them
And
as
that's
well.
how you cater
Yeah.
for the
Mm,
whole
for everybody. Yeah.
for everybody.
Yeah, definitely.
For everybody.
Mm.
That's very, very cool. That's awesome. And you've been and all of this stuff started out during lockdown. Or
Yeah,
so
the
obviously
Aktief, the concept of Aktief
Of
after
Aktief.
after the lockdown. Yeah. The racing, because I love to race myself, so and I try to do as much as possible. And the older you get, I think the fast stuff begins to get tough for you. Tough means tough. So you need to you start looking at more long distance, more
Understand.
endurance stuff. So I like that. I mean the short fast sprint thingies, OCRs, they hurt.
Yeah.
But I still compete. I still compete very actively. Yeah, and
And you said you're 50.
yes,
also don't
yes.
look
Now I
50.
hit the long trails. Now I like to do the serious. I mean, I always say I like the hashtag do epic stuff.
Do epic stuff.
Yeah, or
Get it-
epic. Yeah.
Get the tattoo.
Yeah, get that tattoo, get the T-shirt. Yeah. No, I don't even worry about the T-shirts and the medals anymore.
Yeah.
We just want to do it.
This
yeah.
is really it's a lifestyle for you. It's how you do it. Take me just through your day. So how does your training schedule work? I mean, except for all the races and all the stuff, when do you go to train? Do you run in the morning? Do you gym? Do you
Yes, no, I used to overtrain a lot. So that's why I say if you miss something, don't worry, man. Just get on with it. So I used to train a lot. So it's 4:30 in the morning, get up, do the toilet rounds, everything, get on the road before 5, and then usually it was running in the morning. Say 2 or 3 times running in the morning, like 10, 12K,
Oh.
and then and then when I get home at night, usually just after work, 5:15, 5:30, and then I do another hour training. So Mondays it was boot camp, Tuesdays we did interval training,
Yeah.
Wednesdays we did obstacle training, Thursday
Wow.
we did heel training.
So it was busy.
Then probably
Man.
maybe on Saturday, maybe on Fridays we'll take a rest day, but it will be active rest day. So you'll do some yoga, stretch out the
Mobility
muscles,
and-
everything, and then Saturdays and Sundays are long distances. So you might do Saturday, do a 30K run or something. Sundays you'll take the mountain bike 100Ks or somewhere, or you go row a little bit. So that was how it was. So
Awesome.
now I toned it down a little bit, and actually the performance is improving.
Of course.
So yeah, I was struggling at one stage. Yes, I had injuries every now and then, and now it's made better. So I cross train a lot. So now I might still do morning and afternoon, not every day anymore. And I won't run 2 days in a row.
Yeah.
So I'll run Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays. I'll do a long run, but the other days I'll do mountain biking, swimming, rowing, whatever
Awesome.
in between. So, and I'll still have a good rest day. So, older you get, you need more recovery
yeah,
because you don't recover that much. You
Yes.
know, if you go out for a party, it takes you 3 days to recover. So, it's the same with training. You
Yeah,
also, after a hard race, we did a 50K 2 weeks ago in Clarence. I
yes, the
did,
Titanic, and you
yeah,
won
Titanic.
your
Yeah, I was
division.
in my age group. I
Yeah.
was first, but yeah, we didn't compete really in age group, top 10 at least.
Yeah.
And it was tough. And,
Well
and I
done.
felt it for 2-3 days.
Yeah.
Where I used to the next morning, I was able to run, but not. I felt it. I was tired.
And every guy's body. I think the more you train, the more you learn
Yeah, you learn.
your own body.
So now I know.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. So, like last year, as an example, I went. The coach said I went balls to the wall. I was just.
Yeah.
It was crazy. And this year, actually,
Yeah, you hurt yourself.
I'm hurting permanently.
Yeah,
Like,
you don't need to.
And so I just took one extra day in the week,
to
just
recover.
one day, and the hurt's gone. I can still
Yeah.
train. I can go flat out.
Absolutely.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
You see, Corey, I think whether it was your plan or not, whether it was your mission or not, I don't think it was.
Not really.
But you are a massive inspiration for a lot of guys, and a lot of guys do look up to you. And I think when somebody hears your name, immediately, like, their heart rates start going up. I'm sure of it. Like, like they know Corrie Breydenbach.
Hopefully for
we're
fun,
gonna get training,
not for bad stuff.
Yeah.
I did run a bit of a boot camp one day, but it interfered in the work a bit, so I stopped that. So I like to coach people, and I also like to take people out to the mountain, and so I'm not necessarily arranging groups, but I'll let them know. Say, listen, I'm in the mountain this weekend, so if you're there,
you wanna
then you
join.
know you're safe. I know I'll be able to find you, so go out, come enjoy.
What's the longest? It sounds like it might be that Wartrail thing. I'm not sure, but what's the longest, like, multi-day event that you actually went to? Where you had to stay out, or
No, the Wartrail was 3 days, but the one that we did this year, because we were on our feet for 36 hours straight, so that was tough. Yeah, it was 180. We did about just over 200 Ks in that hour at that time. So yeah, I think I can still do much more than that. So the next one will probably 100 miles or
And you
something.
wanna
I don't know.
And you want to make that race like official. You guys want?
Yeah, no, we want to make it official. We have to tone
awesome.
down here and there because the river, we saw now one part of the river. If you row, you can do maybe with some stops here and a little bit stretching legs, 5-6 Ks an hour, 7 Ks an hour. That first 6 Ks took us 6 hours. So
Really?
that part we have to cut out for sure. So
Jeez.
that was so tough.
And
it
is
was
this-
very tough.
And you said
Modderrivier.
and
Yeah.
you guys started at Moselspoort.
Yeah, the rowing we started at Sannaspos and we rode down to Moselspoort.
Sannaspos.
Yeah, Sannaspos. Yeah, it's on the way to Bloemfontein Dam.
Yeah.
So the first part is a lot of the roots and sticks in the river.
And do you so just explain how the logistics work. So if you guys do make it official, so you're on your feet first. It was
we started with cycling.
Cycling.
So we will do it in stages. We want to add some extra stuff, but that will probably happen. My plan for next year is a few smaller adventure races to get people into the sport.
nice.
So we'll do like 25 Ks. I've got some venues that I'm working with. So we'll do a mountain bike of 20 K, then you run a 5 or a 10 K, and then you row for 3 or 4 or 5 Ks. Just for the fun. I mean, that's for fun. Maybe shorter as well for the starters. But this one we'll start off with a bicycle. We'll do 80-90 Ks bicycle, and in that bicycle leg you'll have hiker bike that you'll go up a mountain, have to carry your bicycle.
Nice.
And then you get to a checkpoint, you drop your bicycle, get onto your feet, you'll do orientating that you have to navigate manually, and then straight after that you'll get back onto your bicycle, do another leg on your bicycle, and then you'll get into the river with some rowing at the end.
Yeah, so you physically move to those points.
You'll move to the points. Yeah, we had like
and then row
25 checkpoints that you have to find. I mean, Safi is the expert in this because they're competing in it. But and we also like to compete. One of our guys is also competing in the world champs now. One of my friends.
Yes.
So yeah. So yeah, that's what
awesome.
we're planning,
So
and that will be a real tough one.
That's awesome. Like doing small adventure races just to get everybody
to
in.
attract people
and
into the sport. That's how the trail running starts as well. So this Wednesday night races I'm doing now, just to get people out, get them to challenge themselves a bit.
That's
Because
awesome.
training on your own, you're not really challenging yourself
Of
all the
course,
time,
yeah.
but you have to run against other people.
And when you
You have to be with other people.
Yes, when you surround yourself with a group of guys who've got the same, drive and the same.
You meet people. I mean, I didn't know a lot of people in Bloem before when we were sailing. I knew them, but now everybody knows me, and I know a lot of people. So
That's awesome.
and a lot of people are alone. They don't have friends. They might have a dog.
Exactly.
So come out. I mean, you don't have to have friends. A lot of people ask me. They say, "Hey, does it have to be a team, or can I come on my own?" I say, "Yeah, come on your own, man." And you'll find someone on the route that is your pace.
Yeah.
And you'll just join them, and you start a conversation. That might be your husband in future, or it might be your best friend in future. So that's how you meet people. Those guys that don't know people, that's a great way to start.
Yeah, and it's
a great way to start.
Back to the community again. There's a community. These guys become family. They become friends. They become really become part of your
definitely
of your life.
Yeah, it's your life. That's part of your life.
Corey, I think with everything that where you come from, being a single father as well, and with what you are doing in Bloemfontein and the bigger community of Bloem and surroundings, I think that's awesome. And I want to thank on behalf of everybody. That's because I know a lot of people are going out, and it's so cool. The wife's there with the kids, and they're cheering, and everybody's
everybody out. That's why I like to do all the little sports, a little bit here, a little bit there. I also meet new people, so it's nice. You need one guy. We had this mountain bike race last year, December or something. The Farmyard Ultra. That's also a nice challenge. That was a tough challenge.
Awesome.
Because we'll do it this year again. It's mountain bike and trail running. I'm not promoting it, but I'm just saying. So this thing is, so December you run 5Ks and every hour on the hour.
Nice.
So, and then you rest. So if you run it for 30 minutes, you've got 30 minutes rest.
If you run it for like in CrossFit, we've got the EMOM, which is every minute on the minute. So every hour on the hour.
Yes. And then the same with the bicycles. These guys are riding 10 or 12Ks every hour on the hour. The rest of the hour you rest, and you just keep on going. So the first one, the guys were running like 120 kilometers. The guys riding like 240 kilometers. So one guy called me yesterday from Bethlehem. Hey man, are you doing that race again?
That's excellent.
December. And we only had about 7 bikes competing.
Pulling in guys, and obviously this is actually probably happening more than one realizes. These guys are coming from everywhere.
Yeah, this guy called me and said, yeah, he's still doing it. I must just let him know, and he wants to come again because that's just fun.
Yeah, that's
and
awesome.
The community. I mean, every time when you rest, you chat, how you feeling, and every round you're running with someone else or you're riding with someone else. It's big fun. And you all suffer the same.
That's awesome.
You all have the same weather. You all have the same fatigue. So it's awesome.
Adrian had a very cool thing that he said. It's a cool slogan. I can actually put that on a T-shirt. I think that's nice. It said, "Salvation through suffering."
No, that's
so true. It was so when it really hit home when he said it. It was salvation through suffering.
You have to suffer a little bit.
There's something in it. It changes you. It definitely changes you. And as Corey, so I think really for like I said, whether it was your plan or not, this is what's happening. You're really creating a big community in Bloem, and I mean, I want to thank you for that. That's awesome. You're really doing something great for the guys, and you really are in all aspects. I think a true fit father. That's you've ticked all the boxes, man.
Oh, thanks, man. No, thanks for having me. No, I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks so much for coming, and I will definitely see you. Yes. And I know John very well actually, and I mean, okay, he went also just, man, the guy's running far.
He's a tough guy.
He comes to the office here, he's like, I'm going to run home or like out of town or run to flipping Kreersdrift Dam or something. It's
just the first time since school that he got on a bike and he did that 180 kilometers. What's wrong with you?
Madness.
Yeah,
and he was like, and he was, when we started, so he was involved in with insurance and stuff in my previous company, and I remember when he got there and he just deflated. John is now this tall, lean, like guy. anyway. It's
Yeah,
very,
and
very
he
cool.
loves it. He loves it as well. Yeah.
So, but I will definitely be at Bloem Battlegrounds.
Great.
Definitely.
No,
I'm gonna,
definitely. Yeah,
this
this is
time I want to take all three of them.
30
and-
September we're starting again now.
Yes, yes. No, I can't
Good.
wait.
Yeah.
Corey, thank you so much for taking the time to come in. And I will leave links to Aktief, to your Facebook, your socials,
appreciate
everything
it.
in the video, in the description, so you guys can just check that out if you want and get in touch with Corey. And if you guys are sitting on a couch and hesitating and wondering,
Yeah.
you know where
Join
to go.
us. Join us for the social run. Join us for the
I'm looking forward to those adventure trails. I'd really like to try and do that.
that
The
is
smaller,
that is fun. Yeah, the small ones is
just
fun,
to start with them, just to
Yeah.
check it out.
We tried one in Joburg. That's how I got it the first time. I went for the Warrior race and I saw, what are we doing Sunday? We're in town.
Mm-mm.
So next morning we just did the adventure race and we got a
Excellent.
podium and we were so happy. So it was awesome. Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
excellent.
that was that. So I like it.
Awesome
Yeah.
stuff. Corey,
Some logistics is sorted out, but
we,
we'll do it.
we didn't even, and I was busy ending the thing now, but you're a sales,
Sales
Mahindra.
executive at Mahindra. Yeah.
I was on a roll with a company. I was building up a fleet with you guys.
Okay.
I don't know if you remember, I used to come in there quite a lot and actually had three Minders, was on my way to the fourth one. And but anyway, so you still doing that as well. So if anybody,
Yeah.
I mean,
Thank you.
I can promote Mahindra for sure. Like that's definitely like
Yes.
it's such a cool vehicle for what
No,
you do.
I like the brand. I'm confident in selling it. You have to
Yeah.
believe in your brand. So I do like it.
Awesome stuff.
So I'm comfortable promoting. I'm also driving in Mahindra. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Awesome stuff.
Yeah,
Corey,
great
thank
stuff.
you. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Appreciate your time.
Good. Pleasure,
How's
man. Okay, thank you. Bye.
Sure.